Yo, 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 it's the big motherfucking baby. And oh shit, man, my voice just cracked. So I'm doing a podcast today. I'm in a great place. I'm not in my normal place. I'm not in the playpen at all. I'm at a different location. On a little vacation. So I'm stressed out. I'm so tired. I need a vacation. But anyways. So the last couple of pods I did were like real like PG and shit, man. I had talked to some people, some people who were concerned about my content. And they thought that I was being a little too, a little too vulgar. I don't curse too much. I thought about it. I tried to, make it a little bit different. But nah, it didn't work. I listened to them pods. I was like, oh man, this shit's terrible. Absolutely terrible. So I did a pod a long time ago talking about being unapologetically you, being yourself. Don't apologize for who you are and don't be the person that people want you to be. Be who you are. And damn, I had to take my own advice. You would think I would be living the shit that I'm talking, but apparently, sometimes people get in your ear and you get a little distracted. I had a great conversation with a great friend last night, actually, who's talking to me about like, hey dog, you gotta get back to being who you are. Just can't be doing all this extra stuff because, you're letting other things shape your decision making. Because that ain't you. Be unapologetically you. Be who you are because that is who you are, not because everybody wants you to be that way. So I got a bunch of topics to talk about. I'm going to break this shit up because all I've been doing for the last couple of days is writing and bullshitting, living a life. So the first thing I'm going to get into, right, we're going to talk about a lot of women's issues, and hopefully I'm not too manly when I talk about this shit, not too mannish, because, I am a man's man, hashtag mannish, hashtag I hate a drunk, big baby the goat, big baby the god, all of that shit, but we got to talk about this shit, man. We got to talk about Wendy Williams out here wilding. We got to talk about the Metoo movement. We got to talk about Oprah. We got to talk about Kim K and Beyonce. Like, this stuff has to be talked about. Has to be. So to begin, we're going to talk about Wendy Williams versus the Metoo movement. Now, we're all aware of what the Metoo movement is, right? And for those of you who have been under a fucking rock for like the last year, then like, I hate that I'm going to waste 30 seconds to tell you what it is. But it's pretty much a movement that's kind of started in Hollywood to address a lot of the issues that are happening with women, the way they're being sexually abused, whether it was harassment, assault, fuck for a roll, suck for a buck, yo baby, let me grab that ass real quick, all that freak shit that was happening. So Wendy Williams, some women started a movement saying like, me too, I deserve to be heard, inclusion, treat us like you treat everybody else, which that should go without saying. Like, we shouldn't have to have a Me Too movement. Like, it's sad that we live in a world where we have to have movements to get people equal rights. And that applies all over the place, whether it's to race, gender, sexuality, hell, fucking national origin, height. There are a lot of different things that we do in society that are fucked up. We end up fucking people over, and it's pretty shitty. But we're gonna focus on the Me Too movement today. Hashtag Me Too. Hashtag Big Baby stands with you. Hashtag Me Too. So Wendy Williams talked about it, right? And I listened to what she had to say. I'm not a fan of Wendy Williams. She's a fucking shock jock, and she's made it all the way to the top by shock jocking. And by shock jockeying, I mean just saying random off-the-wall bullshit just to piss people off. So she came out and said she's tired of the Me Too movement. What the fuck is new, Wendy Williams? You're tired of everything. You just trying to get some damn clickbait. Clickbait, that's all you want to do. That's all you want to do. You're a controversial, angry motherfucker. Like, you just talk all this stuff. You want to get people riled up, get a rise out of them, so they'll watch your sorry ass show, respond to your bum ass Instagram, look at your bad ass body, which I don't know why you ever wore a bathing suit, period. That shit's gross. I pray for your husband because he gets off to that. And that's just disgusting. You know what? But who am I to judge? 'Cause I don't know shit. 'Cause I'm just a big baby. So, you're just a controversial, angry motherfucker. Why are you so mad at the Me Too movement? Why are you just so mad in general? Have you ever had a good day? I know you're getting good money. You got a nationally televised show. But why are you so mad, baby? You winning. Your life can't be that bad. And then again, you look at that sorry ass body of yours. Your husband probably ain't touched it in years. You go home and you get sad and you get your toys out. And you play with your toys because don't nobody else want to play with you, to include your husband. But again, that's just me talking shit, because what do I know? I am just a big baby. But you just can't, you're rich, baby, you're rich. I just don't understand, I just can't understand what's going on with you. Can't you just be happy that you're rich, bitch? I'm rich, bitch. Like, motherfucker, you rich. Who gives a fuck? But here's the big issue that I have with her talking bad about the Me Too movement is you are a woman. And when it seems like you're trying to cut the legs out from under a strong woman's movement, that goes against everything that you've done in your career. I'm sure you've dealt with gender discrimination. I'm sure there were times where you weren't getting paid equally. I'm sure you still may not be getting paid equally. You may be getting paid well, but you may not be getting paid what you should be getting paid. I'm not sure that men came on to you to sexually harass you, or because I look at you and the way you put together, and I'd rather go into the bathroom with a Playboy for 15 minutes than climb on top of you. But that's just me. So I'm not going to say I'm sure you've been sexually harassed, but I'm sure you've seen it, So you understand the issues that women have to go through to get to where they want to be. And also, as an African American, I'm sure, as a woman of color, you've dealt with a bunch of bullshit, right? You got to. But at the same time, I also understand that because you are a woman of color, you've overcame so many different things that you like, oh, hey bro, I'm not hearing this shit. Like, put your nose down, get what you gotta do, and grind it out. So, but still, for you to speak out about it, saying I'm tired of the Me Too movement and the way, I mean, you speak way better than that, Wendy Williams. There's no way in hell you're on national television. I'm sorry, I got a little distracted. The folks outside making a bunch of goddamn noise, and I don't know what the hell's going on, but it scared the shit out of me. So I had to hold on, pause, take a break, let's see what's going on. But y'all know I don't edit anything. We keep everything 100 and raw. So, we just don't want women shitting on a women's movement, right? Like, we want everybody to uplift what's going on. Even if you don't want to be a part of it, even if you don't want to wear your black or your white to show support, you still you don't down it, right? Next, not to be a man though, not just to be a stereotypical man like, hey, shut up and cook, woman, because that's not how I am. I'm all about people being treated the way they choose to be treated. I'm not gonna treat you any better than you want to be treated. Dang, boy, Belichick got him a bad girlfriend. But maybe she does have a point here. But her execution was absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. Again, I don't think a woman should ever come out and speak against a movement like this. But also, we can't always operate in a perfect world, and we can't speak in general terms. Everything has to be specific to the situation. So she's tired of it. Why is she tired of it? Because I can agree. I totally agree that You pressuring somebody to join your movement to the point to where they feel like they have to be a part of your movement, although they don't believe what you're standing for, is a problem. Now, I do believe you should pressure the hell out of people to adopt your beliefs if their beliefs are wrong. And in turn, they join your movement because they realize that what you're standing up for is necessary. But I believe that a lot of these things that are happening in Hollywood, these different movements, even with Black Lives Matter, Metoo, LGBT, like, people are getting away from what they truly believe, and they're forcing themselves to stand for something that they don't believe in just because that's the popular thing to do. And that's not okay. Because if you're up here saying Me Too, but then you still, like, you know, telling your secretary, hey baby, if you want this promotion, you already know what you gotta do. You gotta promote me. You know what I mean? You gotta stroke me, get me right. Then I don't want you standing up for the movement. If you're the type of person who knowingly will say, oh well shit, she's a female, we only gotta pay her this amount, or we can pay our men this amount, I don't want you standing in solitude for Me Too, because obviously you're the problem. If you're a part of the problem, but on the surface you want to act like you're part of the solution, well, fuck you. Yes, I'm tired of that shit. I'm gonna shove this shit down my fucking throat if you're not really serious. And so many people want to make social media posts. They want to take stands, right? They want to, oh, let's go to the women's march. Let's go to the Black Lives Matter rally. Let's go to gay pride. Let's do this. Let's do that. But what are you doing? What are you actually doing, though, right, to support that movement? If you're just wearing a t-shirt, if you're just making a social media post, if you're just showing up to a rally, miss me with that shit, man. Like, what are you doing behind the scenes? The stuff that people don't see. Because so many people are out here acting like they woke, acting like they give a fuck, but all they're doing is doing it for the gram, doing it for Facebook, doing it for Twitter. Nah, man, if you're gonna be a true warrior, a true agent of social change, you gotta do it when nobody's looking. What your character is who you are when nobody's around, right? So if you're truly about it, be about it. There are different social movements in the world that I don't give a fuck about. I don't care about everything. I'm not gonna sit and act like I care about everything. I'm gonna care about what I care about. And if you think, oh, you should care about this, I'm gonna say, fuck you. I don't. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please enlighten me on why I should care about this, and I'll move forward and see if I truly do care about it, right? Just because I try to be a caring person, but shit. Everything don't touch me the same way. Just like some things I care about and I think are very important won't touch you the same way, and that's okay. I don't hold it against. Yeah, I'm gonna hold it against you. I'm not gonna lie to you. You should hold it against me if I'm against what you stand for. But that's okay. But back to Wendy Williams, we have to make sure the right voices are being heard, right? We have to make sure that we get rid of this Hollywood freak shit because it's disgusting. I mean, every damn week there's another sighting of Hollywood freak shit. But it really speaks to something else, man. It's bigger than Hollywood. We have to take a look at society in whole, because it's happening in colleges. It's happening in factories. It's happening at your local Burger King, for God's sake. This freak shit's happening everywhere. And if we don't change the way we think as human beings, then we will continue to have these same problems. But here's my issue, right? We over glamorize, we over talk about, we beat the dead horse on all of the freak shit that happens in Hollywood. And we try to make it a Hollywood issue. It's not a Hollywood issue. It's a people issue. And the sad part is there are people who can't make ends meet, who are struggling day to day and are getting treated the same way and they don't get any attention. And maybe because I'm not rich, I say this, but I sure give a fuck more about people who are struggling than people with a lot of money. And I'm not saying money buys happiness. I'm not saying having money makes misconduct okay, because no matter what, misconduct is always wrong. It's misconduct. But if I'm gonna get fucked over by somebody, I'd much rather be rich than poor. and if you don't agree with me, that's fine. I know people are afraid to publicly say something like that, but I mean, it's honest. I'd rather have rich problems than poor problems. Rich problems. Oh, my son's a degenerate. He just wrecked a car and he just won't stop getting high. Poor problems. We too much behind on the light, man. Light's gonna get cut off. Shit, I ain't get my income tax back for another month. I need them income tax to make sure I can keep these lights on, keep us in this house. Rich problems. Damn it. Income tax season. I gotta pay up. So, when you think of things that way, again, it's never okay no matter where you are in life. But we have to stop acting like the mistreatment of women is just a Hollywood thing. It's just a celebrity thing, man. This happens everywhere in all walks of life. And all women deserve to have their voices heard and deserve to be treated right. But again, what do I know? I'm just a big baby. All I'm saying is, you know, fucking for a movie role is a better alternative than fucking for hours at McDonald's. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a guy. I'm a straight guy. If I'm in the office with a female executive and she like, I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm gonna need some dick if you want this role. I'm not that type of person. I'm not really trying to move like that. I'm really just trying to be solid, be 100. You know what I mean? Well, the offer's on the table. You got 24 hours. That's a better alternative than, man, a manager. I only got 25 hours on the schedule this week. I gotta feed my kids though. Well, shit, you want 15 more hours? You know what you gotta do. Both are getting you what you want, right? But what would you rather do? Get a multi-million-dollar movie deal or 15 hours on the schedule at Mickey D's, at Popeyes, at Burger King? Again, I'm not saying it's right. Neither one is right, but take your pick. You get dealt two bad hands. Which hand would you rather have? I know which one I'm taking. Movie role for 500, please. But back to a more serious note, though. There has been more attention paid to fuck-ass men. There has to be more attention paid to fuck-ass men. I'm so terrible at using notes, right? So, like, I wrote these notes a couple days ago, and then I started talking, I just get all off topic. It's like, God damn, what am I doing with these notes anyways? But there has to be more attention paid to the fuck-ass men in the industry. Because at the end of the day, the men are the problem. We have to rewire ourselves. And I say we because I'm a man. I'm not saying I'm guilty of all this freak shit, because I'm not. No. I ain't like that. But we have to rewire ourselves as a fucking gender. We have to understand that the old way of thinking ain't okay. Now there was a time where all this freak shit was obviously socially acceptable because it's been going on for so long. And ain't nobody going to jail for it. They're getting sued. Well, they're getting sued now. But it wasn't happening back then. Why? Because that was the way of life. Don't you know it's the way of life? So when you don't know any better. You can't do any better. But once you know better, you got to change. And in 2018, if you don't know any better, to hell with you. To the penitentiary you need to go so you can learn a little bit better and get treated a little bit better by them big fellas in there that like to shove it in there, if you know what I mean. I'm going to say that's right. But it's socially acceptable in the penitentiary. So, it's sad. It's really sad that in 2018, men just think they own women. And women can't do what they want to do. But no, women are people too. Hashtag me motherfucking too. Me too. And another thing that came up on the Wendy Williams show that I don't watch last week was talking about mutant